All right, guys, so I'm not used to recording an unscripted video, but I really felt like there was some things that I needed to say. And so I'm going to just swing from the hip and wing it a little bit. I hope you guys can follow along. But, those of you who follow me or know me know that for the last 18 plus years, my life has been about student ministry. And what's so crazy is what I thought my life would be like I would be a great husband to my wife, a great father to my children, and I would do student ministry for the rest of my life. But what is, I guess, what's so awesome at the same time kind of crazy is that the plan for my life was a little different. And I would say what has gotten us to the place where we are today, it all started with a dream. Not trying to sound like Martin Luther King or anything, but it did. It all started with a dream. I went to bed one night and I had a dream that was so vivid and felt so real. It felt as if the things that I was seeing, I was actually touching and doing. And I woke up and the dream was so real and so vivid to me that I knew that it was, it had purpose and it was intentional for me. But I had no idea where would I even start trying to build something like what I saw. But going to these different conferences and going to these different events, one of the things that I had a chance to do was hear speakers who really was speaking directly to me. In my line of ministry, normally, in most people's projection or idea is that you become a student pastor, you graduate out, you become senior pastor. But I never really had any desire or feel any pulling to be a senior pastor. I felt like God's plan for my life was unique to me. Not unique in the sense that it didn't exist anywhere else with anybody, but for me, it was different than what I was accustomed to seeing. And so I really have a desire for entrepreneur and developing businesses, but then I also have a heart for ministry. And so I understood that whatever it was that I would be doing later on would basically embody both of these elements. And so, long story short, things transpired that led up to the place where I had an opportunity, really honestly, to leap out and step out and do something that I really had no idea was going to be as awesome and as fun and as fulfilling as what I'm doing right now. And so what I will tell you is we started a nonprofit and a coffee business. The nonprofit is called the 180 Project and the coffee business is called Rugid Grind. The 180 Project exists to house homeless teens. Rugid Grind exists not only to support the mission of the 180 Project, but also to employ homeless teens. And I guess I would say is so crazy is how the two of these things work so awesomely together in the vision. And so right now we're at phase one of what we're doing. We're at the ground level. And so basically what we've done is we started a coffee roasting business. We're importing Haitian coffee. For those of you who have never had it, let me tell you, it's smooth. It has all of the caffeine that you would like, but it doesn't have just that acidic burnt flavor. It tastes really good. And I'm not just saying that because it's our coffee, but it really does taste really good. And so this was just a really cool opportunity, and God has blessed us that there are people who surrounded us that both are supporting our ministry economically, as well as supporting what we're doing with their gifts and their abilities. And so I would say to you guys, if you have any way that you can be a part of what we're doing, by all means, reach out to us. If it's just an opportunity to come and share with you what we're doing, because I think we have gotten to a place where we misunderstand the teenage homeless epidemic. Do you understand that there's 1.5 million homeless teens in the United States? Now, I could give you all of the statistics of California and Oklahoma and Texas, but the truth of it all, the core of it all, is that based on what we believe, or what I believe as it relates to the kingdom, is that it is our responsibility to teach these kids how to be successful, both spiritually and physically. I grew up in a house with both of my parents, and even growing up in a house with both of my parents, one of the things that I would tell you is that I had no financial literacy at all. Okay. I graduated high school, went off to college. And after I met the teachers and I met the students, the very next person who met me on campus was somebody who wanted to give me a credit card. And they said all the things I wanted to hear. I can give you a tablet if you just apply for the credit card. I applied for the credit card, got approved, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to use the card. I just wanted the tablet. Wrong. Hanging out with your buddies. Swipe. Broken, want to eat. Swipe. And before you know it, now I'm 35 years old and I'm still paying for those habits, for those things that I did back then. These are the things that we want to teach the next generation. These are the things that we want to equip that homeless generation with, is that you may be homeless today, but you control the outcome from here on how your life ends up. We see all of these cool stories about kids who go off and become great athletes, who go on and start, excuse me, great businesses and become successful. Why? Because at the end of the day, they never allowed where they were to determine where they were going. And so we want to help fuel the next generation to be successful, both spiritually and physically. So what I would say to you is there's any way that you can be a part of what we're doing, man, listen, reach out at www.rugidgrind.com.